Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We bring you stories of faith, love, and devotion. Yeah, just kidding, please help us grow by hitting that like button. Now on to the story. Suspicious activity. Suspicion. Background: currently married to my wife for 7 years now. Everyone before her was just one night stands, so I was/am new to relationships. When we first started dating, she was exclusively dating females. My wife ended up leaving her exgf when my wife cheated on her. Shortly after getting married, at a Thanksgiving get-together, I fell asleep on the chair and my, at this time new, wife was on the sofa with her friend. When I sort of woke up, I noticed my wife was under the covers cuddling with her female friend, and I started nodding back off until her friend got up and I noticed that her shorts had been undone. I noticed the look that her mom was making, but she couldn't speak at the time due to an illness, but I brushed it off thinking I was just having some weird dream. Ever since I haven't really thought about it until I was away for a while. When getting back from my work trip, she got a pregnancy test to prove that she didn't cheat while I was away, which I found weird but wrote it off as her just being her. She was cheated on a lot, and one of her exes accused her all the time. Just before going away again, we found out she was pregnant, but while I was gone she had her appointment to find out the conception date. It turns out that the date given was during the time that I was out. I feel that they were just wrong and couldn't be. Pregnancy test. That didn't help though. I started questioning everything while I was away. Recently, after a while of no suspension, I stopped thinking she was cheating, but she started playing sports again. On one of the games she went to go eat with her team afterwards. She did call to ask if I wanted food. After midnight passed, I gave up on waiting for food, and my wife came home empty-handed at about 7 a.m. After this I started questioning and looking back into her. Now she has another female friend that she is constantly nuzzling, cuddling, and hanging off of her, even in public and in my presence. In the last couple of visits it has escalated from that to now closing themselves off in our room. The wife made the excuse it's just to keep the kids out, but that excuse doesn't really fly when I'm just getting home and the kids aren't here and you close the door anyways. Now I'm more suspicious of her than before, but not sure if I'm just overreading this because of what I saw in the past or if something is going on. She also noticed that I wasn't feeling myself, since I thought I heard something, but the movie they were watching drowned it out, so don't know. She tried to figure it out. First question she asked me was if I was cheating. Red flag, I know. A few attempts later she tried bribing my good mood. Until finally she drops I just cuddle with her and people, but it means nothing, without me pushing her in that direction. Red flag, I know. There's an excuse she always has. Am I crazy or is something going on? So she's not just cheating but openly cheating. With both sexes apparently. You've literally watched her start with one, and then come home and see her run off and close the door to do more. The pregnancy thing could be argued that maybe their dates are off or maybe they're not. But to go get a test when you get back to prove she's honest is a huge red flag. So I'd suspect the pregnancy test dates were accurate. You need to quit glossing over the evidence stating you in the face. What you do is obviously up to you. Either leave or sit her down and have a conversation about opening your marriage. If you go that route, don't let her play games. Just tell her you have proof. Her cheating isn't up for discussion. The conversation isn't about her trying to deny things but to work out rules for being open from now on. Either that or you can leave because things can't stay the same. So why the duck are you still with her? She showed you who she was when you met, you just didn't want to listen. I was a little naive and cocky in the beginning. Why? She cheated to be with you. What did you think would be different? I was cocky, and I never was in an actual relationship. I didn't know how that would turn out in the end. Ha ha ha. A little naive. Ha ha ha. It doesn't sound like your wife respects your marriage and that she's confused as far as her sexual preferences. All of her actions are suspect, and the fact that she's flaunting in your face lends more to the no respect piece. As far as the pregnancy, conception date is based off the last period, but ovulation can technically occur over a varied time range, so it's really only a close guess as far as when the child was conceived. The fact she willingly took a pregnancy test when you returned is also suspicious behavior because you didn't ask for it, and it doesn't prove she didn't cheat. I don't automatically go to get a divorce, because that's not the only resolution, and neither do I always go to get counseling because it's not always the answer, but in this case some things need to be worked out from her side. She needs clarity. You need answers, but you may not get them till she can be truthful with herself, which she's currently not being with the whole "I just like to cuddle" thing when it is clear that other physical stuff is going on. I'm not sure how she could be confused about her sexual preferences when she very well could be bisexual. I think that's evident. She more than likely is, but she hasn't admitted this. This is where she needs clarification for herself. I have definitely felt the lack of respect for a little bit, but that comes from outside this subject mostly. This is only part of it. For the pregnancy thing, I looked it up when I finally realized the date she gave me was when I was gone. It was 10 days after I left, and 9 days before I came back. After looking at the fault rate, it's a 7-day leeway. WTF did I just read? My brother in Christ, you are being used. Grow a spine. Get evidence. See a lawyer. DNA test the kids. I'm trying to gather evidence, but I didn't get to set it up right because she came home before I got it set up, but I was able to get some audio. However, they had a movie on and drowned out a lot of their voices. I was able to set it up a few days ago though, so now I'm just waiting on that evidence. It's all on her phone. Just take it when she goes to sleep, and Viola. She's not even trying to hide anything, so she's not going to delete the evidence. I was able to get a hold of her old iPhone with the iMessage still active. I didn't see anything from this person, but they're together in person often and talk on the phone more than by text. We hope that by sharing these stories with interested folks like you, we can help people recognize the signs of a relationship in trouble, and avoid so many of these heartbreaking situations yourselves. Have a good day or night, wherever you are.